With me now is comedian and impersonator Matt Friend. Matt, great to have you back. We loved it when you were here right around Christmas last year. Apparently, Trump wants a competency test.
No, that's true, Jim. Excuse me, Jim. Let me just say it right now, please. Okay. Not only do I want a competency test, but I will tell you that Jim Acosta, I have said it once, and I will say it twice. Okay. Jim, let me run the country. You run fake news CNN. If you did that, maybe the ratings would be a little bit higher. But we have to have competency tests for these failed candidates. You see Bird Brain Haley. You see all these nasty people falling down the stairs like a dead dog. So let's do the competency. Bring it back, and CNN knows it, Jim.
And what was this, the bing bong, the pushing of the buttons? What was that? Do you know what that was?
Bing bong, it was probably just some elevator. Trump makes the craziest noises. I have no idea where it comes from.
I don't either. And he does this quite often. Let me ask you this back, because just to stay with politics for one more moment, we heard Ted Cruz this week about the border bill that Trump is trying to get rid of. Cruz saying we don't need a border bill. What do you think about that?
Well, I just find it amusing, as Texas Senator Ted Cruz. I find it funny that the Democrats have given the Republicans exactly what we wanted. But still, due to our egos, we have to simply refuse. The only part of the country that we have to protect against is Cancun. And that is to keep me from going back there in the first place. I just find it, Jim, I just find it ironic, though, that Democrats have finally given Republicans what they want. I had a theory. It's like Joe Biden could say he's suddenly pro-life, and then somehow Republicans would say, I don't think so. It's okay. That's enough.
Yeah, I mean, it is something else to watch. I mean, the other thing that came this past week were the Oscar nominations. And I know you had a run-in recently with Paul Giamatti and Cillian Murphy from Oppenheimer. And how did that go with Giamatti? Can we show any of that? There you are, there together. We have a soundbite. Let's play and talk about the other side.
Okay, very good. All I wanted to say was that Paul Giamatti is not only one of my heroes, but I am doing you to you right now. What do you think about that? That's very good. It's very good.
And Matt, he is so good at that movie, The Holdovers, but what was that moment like?
Well, Jim, it was very insane because we are talking about current politics. But my favorite president to cover in history is the second president of the United States, also known as John Adams. So it was very, very surreal. And Giamatti was the greatest person. I do think, though, I was sad that Mitch McConnell wasn't nominated for an Oscar or a Golden Globe for Best Freeze of the Year. I think you know what I'm talking about right here, yes.
Are you still there, Matt? Are you still there?
Too thrilled with that commentary. I'm still here, Jim.
No.
Here, yeah.
And I have to ask you, I do want to get to one more impersonation that just kills me every time. But before I do that, because I don't want to laugh hysterically, when you talk to these celebrities like Paul Giamatti, I know you said he was just a gentleman about it. Has anybody been offended, or does everybody pretty much by and large just love it?
Everyone loves it. Lindsey Graham was a little strange. I'm kidding. That hasn't happened yet. However, everyone has been really kind, and I was a dream doing it at the Golden Globes and working there on the carpet for the second year in a row was incredible. I want to have a better moment with Andy Cohen. I met CNN's Andy Cohen on the street, and he was really nice. Yeah, he was incredible. Just kind of shaking his head, being, that's a good impression. I mean, you're young and cute. I like it. Yes, it's amazing. But everyone has been so kind. It depends on how you approach it. And no better person to talk to about that than Jim Acosta, who handles our politicians with the highest of class, I would say.
Well, I appreciate that. Opinions vary, but I try to. All right, we have to get to we were just talking about Taylor Swift in the previous segment. Yeah. And apparently Howard Stern had some interesting advice for her and her boyfriend, Travis Kelce, saying he should marry her.
Well, Jim, let me tell you, I got to tell you this, It's so obvious to me that this Travis Kelce, Robin, you hear about this Travis Kelce guy? Right. This Travis Kelce guy, he's got to marry her. I mean, if he doesn't do it, where does his career go? Right. I mean, it's clear that Taylor Swift is driving the whole thing. Right. He may have, he can catch a football, but can he catch a movie career? That's the question. Right. Hey now. Right. So basically, Travis, if you want to be the next Rock, put the ring on the finger. Right. You got to do that.
And what would happen, Matt? Would a black hole emerge? Would the universe explode? Would there be a massive implosion if Howard Stern were at this point to interview Donald Trump? What would that be like?
Right. Well, here's what I'll tell you, right? So Howard Stern would ask Donald Trump this. He would say, so Donald, let me ask you, right? So, you think that you would beat me in a debate? Because I'm the only guy on the planet that could beat Donald Trump in a debate. Howard Stern would beat Donald Trump, right? And I'll tell you what, Howard used to be a lot funnier before he became a liberal dog. I used to do the show. Now he asks terrible questions. But let me tell you something, right, Donald? Okay, it's just not fair what you're doing, right? Because you used to be this guy who was funny, and now you're just such a divisive. Let me tell you about divisiveness, Howard. You're a dead dog. Okay, the ratings used to be a lot bigger before the new wave.
It's
of
always
media,
a dog.
And frankly, you should go back to the basement.
Matt, it's always a dog with Donald Trump. It always comes back to comparing somebody to a dog.
Yes, it is.
But I guess if it works,
I don't know
you
what
keep
it is
doing
about
it.
the dog. Maybe that's where the bing, bing, bong, bong thing came from. Very weird patterns in the Trump mind. I'm not sure where it comes from.
Well, Howard Stern has always been like one of those guests that I've always wanted to have on the show. So as we continue to pursue Sir Howard and ask him to come on the show, Matt, you will have to stand in his place.
The fake Howard Stern is here anytime you need him.
Right,
He really,
right.
Among many others, though, I know it's a sore subject, but I will say the following. The Stanley Tucci may have been picked up by somebody else. But in the meantime, to CNN, I would like to say the following. Jim, are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Are we filming? Because today, I am preparing a delicious chicken cacciatore and a spaghetti aglio olio pepperoncino. Because Jim Acosta, I'm Italian on both sides, and I will never forget.
Amazing stuff.
I don't know what's happening. Anyways.
Matt, come to Washington anytime. We'll have you on set. And I'll try
I would love to.
keep
Ron
my
DeSantis
composure.
won't be there, but I will. Thank you.
That's right. Right. All right,
Right,
Matt, Fred,
right.
thanks a lot. Good to see you. We'll be right back.
Thank you, Jim. You're the best.
You are as well. Take care. Thanks a lot. Be right back.